Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, this is going to be a movie review on the 1981 war comedy film, Stripes. So, the movie Stripes is directed by Ivan Reitman and stars Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, John Candy, and etc. So the story of Stripes is about this guy named John Winger who is directionless after being fired from his job and dumped by his girlfriend. He enlists in the U.S. Army with his close pal Russell Zinsky. After his barely satisfactory performance in basic training, John Winger emerges as the figurehead of ragtag band of army misfits. However, his hijinks threatened to cause an international scandal when he inadvertently commanders a military assault vehicle behind enemy lines. And so that's the story of Stripes. So what do I think of it? Honestly, I've always wanted to watch this film ever since last year. Since I heard this war movie was meant to be like a war comedy film. I've heard some pretty funny things about Stripes. So, and even this movie even got a theatrical re-release like at my local Regal movie theater, and maybe in some other movie theaters that had a re-release in honor of its 40th anniversary. That when this movie first came out in 1981. But then I also realized that the movie Stripes is now available to stream on Netflix as well. So I watched it on Netflix last night, and I gotta say, I agree with you guys. Stripes is one hilarious war comedy film. It was a very funny and hilarious film starring Bill Murray. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, it's already been 40 years since this movie first came out in 1981, and I gotta say, Stripes I can tell is probably one of the best war movies I ever watched. One of the best war movies I ever watched, as well as from the 80s. Because this movie first came out during the beginning of the early 80s, 1981, like I said, and Ivan Reitman does a great job directing this film. And the music score was actually composed by Elmer Bernstein, and I know Elmer Bernstein has composed other music scores for other things. And the acting itself is great too, and the humor gets very hilarious too. In terms of an 80s comedy, it's very funny. Bill Murray does a really great job playing John Winger, and Harold Ramis did a great job in this film too. And John Candy was definitely hilarious, as always. John Candy was hilarious. And yeah, and everyone else, they did a great job in this film too. And I can probably say Stripes I can say is probably one of Bill Murray's best films that he has ever done. I even have a John Winger Funko Pop which I recently got from the Arundel Mills Mall. Yeah, I think that was last month, back in October, with my social group. Yeah, so I'm very glad that I finally watched it, and I loved it. And this movie first came out in not only 1981, but what day it came out on? It first came out on June 26th of 1981, which was probably in the summer of 1981. And of course, this movie was also made by Columbia Pictures, a Sony company, Columbia Pictures. And even when I started watching Stripes on Netflix, the old-fashioned Columbia Pictures logo is shown, because since this movie came out in 1981, the old Columbia Pictures logo. But actually, the 90s fanfare of the Columbia Pictures logo actually plays throughout the old logo, and which I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about the 1993 fanfare for the Columbia Pictures logo, which I thought was pretty cool that they used it for the old one when Stripes was streaming on Netflix. So overall, Stripes was a hilarious film from 1981, and I'm gonna give Stripes 4.5 out of 5 stars. So if you have Netflix and if you haven't seen Stripes, if you haven't watched it yet, then I definitely recommend it for sure. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Stripes. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.